Some might say not a lot to choose from on Thursday, but Mark Zinno and I disagree because, as always, we will have 3 free plays coming up for you, 2 in Major League Baseball, and then an NBA best bet. Mark Zinno, let's just, in the interest of full disclosure, playing hurt today, playing sick, I guess perhaps, dealing with a fever, but nothing would stop this man from providing you, the general public, with some winning selections.
What they say is, are you hurt or are you injured? Today
Mm-hmm.
we're not injured, so we're here. We're gonna go to the doctor later. We're gonna get some meds. We're gonna get some things to pump into your system to get you back over the top and back to 100%. But it hasn't been a fun 24 hours, so we're pushing through though. So I appreciate the condolences, BP.
Well, I know something that may have helped you feel a little bit better is you brought out the old broom last night for 3-0 sweep for your clients.
Clients. Yeah, it was a good day in baseball yesterday. So went 3-0. Feel good about it. I mean, again, we're just kind of getting it back into the baseball thing, getting into the swing of things, pun intended. But for the most part here, we've outside of Sacramento having their first under, we've had a good grasp on the Major League Baseball season so far. We'll see if we can keep it going.
Yeah, and a lot of day games today on the diamond. It's a short card, and almost everything is in the afternoon. You want to talk about Blue Jays and Red Sox. This is very interesting. It's 4th game of the series, and the Red Sox have yet to win. I believe they've scored 4 runs in the first 3 games. Tough to win when scoring 4 runs in 3 games. But historically, you look at things, it is very difficult for a team to sweep a 4-game series on the road, which is what Toronto is looking to do. You think, Mark, Boston avoids the sweep Thursday afternoon. This is a 4:10 Eastern start, by the way, guys.
Yeah, and again, the other challenge here is that Walker Buehler is the guy who's on the mound, and Walker Buehler, if you remember last year, was terrible.
Bueller.
He's picked up where he left off this year because this year he's terrible. An 8.68 ERA and a 1.61 WHIP. But why the hell would you want to back that guy? Because they're not going to get swept in 4 games. That's essentially what it boils down to. And not only that, this is a pitcher, Walker Buehler, who's held this Jays team to a collective 188 average. Granted, a very small sample size, probably only a game's worth. It looks like most guys only have 3 to 5 at bats against him, but still enough for me to sit here and at least try to get something to hang on to with Walker Buehler being able to get some guys out. So, and then the Red Sox bats have to wake up here at some point in time. They just can't keep getting 1 run. What do they score 1 run every single game? It's the Bryan Power philosophy. I don't think so either. So, Red Sox obviously want to avoid being swept at home. That's why they're a favorite with Walker Buehler on the mound right now. Even with Walker Buehler right now, they're a favorite. And Chris Bassett, who starts for Toronto, with the exception of last year, the previous 4 seasons, his ERA and WHIP and numbers were much higher on the road than they were at home. He's always been a better pitcher at home. So we'll fade Chris Bassett on the road here again as well. Take the Red Sox on the money line.
Yeah, and I'll throw this in for you as well. Save for a couple games in this series, Toronto has not exactly been hitting the cover off the ball either on this road trip. No. They've scored 2 runs or less for the last 6 games. So I like it. Boston Red Sox to avoid the sweep is what Mark Zinno says. Smash that like button if you agree. I'm going to talk Twins Royals. This is an early one, 2:10 Eastern from Kauffman Stadium. Mark mentioned he was 3-0 yesterday for his clients. I was 3-1. So yes, technically you were better, Mark, because I had the 1 loss.
We have discovered that there's just, you're slightly a notch below me. I think we've kind of come.
It's a long year. Yes, you have. Hey, like I said, I finished top 5 in college basketball. You finished number 1. We're going to try to close that gap. It's a long year. We've got 9 more months to go. Anyway, my lone loss yesterday for the clients was the over in this game. And Mark, have you ever, as the day has rolled on, realized, you know what? I like this play, but I think this other angle might have been better. Has that feeling ever washed over you at any time?
Yeah. 2 days ago, when I picked the Padres' first 5 in Sacramento, and I should have just picked the over. And they scored 9 runs in the first inning combined. Yeah.
Okay. Well, to that point, I bring this up because I was on the over yesterday in this game. I really wished I would have gone with Minnesota because Joe Ryan, who pitched for the Twins, has really had the Royals number in his career. And that continued yesterday. He threw 7 shutout innings. The Royals did not score the entire game. They lost 4-0. But I am going to be stubborn, Zinno, and come back and play the over again here. Now, you go back to last season, I think the last 7 games these teams have played, the under has cashed every single time. But I'm a stubborn person, and look, what can we hang our hat on here? Bailey Ober starting for Minnesota. I mentioned just a minute ago, Joe Ryan, who pitched yesterday for the Twins, has had the Royals number. Bailey Ober, quite the opposite in his career. As a matter of fact, last year he was 0-2 with the 9.45 ERA against the Royals. He gave up 6 homers in 13 and a third innings for his career. Ober has made 10 starts against the Royals. He is 0-4 with a 6.50 ERA. And this season hasn't gotten off to a real rousing start for Mr. Ober. He gave up 8 runs in 2 2/3 innings to St. Louis. His first time out, he was a little bit better his last time out. But look, at the end of the day, I don't trust Ober. And Michael Wacha allowed 4 runs in his last start. I just think that the last one, or perhaps even both of these struggling lineups going to break out today. I'll go with the over in Twins Royals.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. Would you like to talk about this NBA before we give an NBA best bet? Our NBA best bet yesterday was spot on. The under in Spurs Warriors. The Warriors lost that game. Ugh. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I don't like Draymond Green.
That may hurt them.
Yes. It's very jam-packed in the race for 3rd through 8th there in the Western Conference. But Mark and I have teamed up for a special offer coming up for the NBA playoffs. We've got you covered through the play-in tournament through the NBA Finals. Every single play from the both of us, just $225. Get you every pick that the two of us release for 2 months. That sounds like a pretty good deal to me, Mark.
Yeah. I think, again, given when the morning wager put something like this together, we tend to come through for you guys. So we hope to do it again here tonight or throughout the NBA playoffs.
And for today, you have a play in Major League Baseball. I have one play in Major League Baseball. You can go to, of course, WT.buzz/MZ, WT.buzz/BP to pick those plays up. And that is also where you can get that NBA package. All right, best bet time. Zinno, the New York Knicks, your New York Knicks, will likely be matched up with the Detroit Pistons in the first round of the playoffs in the 3 versus 6 matchup. Knicks need, 1 win to officially clinch the 3 seed. They're 4-point underdogs to the Pistons. You and I were speaking. There's some concern perhaps with this number that the Knicks are resting somebody. Because, they should not be. I know that they haven't played well.
Officially listed as out is Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Mitchell Robinson. They're officially out.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson played his first game back from injury against the Celtics the other night. They got to get him in playoff shape. So he's, by all accounts, I assume he's going to play. And yes, commenter in the section, the comment section, we know you got to wait to hold the tip off to make sure who's playing. I can't even do the voice right now because I'm sick. But anyway, this is going to be one of these things, guys, where we're going to wait, closer to tip off. But the other thing that kind of shocked me more than anything here, BP, was the comparative spread analysis here. Look, the Pistons have won 2 of 3 regular season meetings. Okay. Knicks first meeting, they were 6.5-point favorite in Detroit. They win that one. The next one at home, the Knicks are an 8.5-point favorite. They lose that game to Detroit outright. And then the third time they played at Madison Square Garden back in January, they were a 7.5-point favorite. They lose that outright. Come on, this is a 10-point swing. That's a lot. It's a lot to ask. A 10 to 12-point swing here. If Jalen Brunson was out and Karl Anthony Towns was out, I get it. Right now, they're not on the injury report. I can only go off the information I have in front of me. Could it change by the time we get closer to tip? Yes, it absolutely could. And they could be rested. I'm not 100% sure why. I think Brunson is going to play because he has to play. He's got to get his legs underneath him to get ready for the postseason. So if he's in the lineup, I like the Knicks. And, oh, by the way, for a Knicks team that continues to lose to better teams like the Celtics, the Cavs, the Rockets, and the Thunder, going up against this team, which is your soon-to-be first-round playoff opponent, kind of want to make a little bit of a statement, no?
Yeah, I agree.
We're not going to get our butts kicked here, but it looks like the Knicks want to get their butts kicked here. So I'm not sure. Again, I really don't know. I just kind of feel like this is a spot here for the Knicks and Thibodeau where coaches are getting fired left and right. Maybe not want to drop this one to Detroit in the first round.
My God, would you fire Tom Thibodeau if he loses this game? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I'm saying if he loses in the first round of the playoffs, he might get fired.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right, so Knicks +4, our best bet. Hopefully, Brunson and Towns play. Stay tuned. Always, I'll tweet something out if there's been some sort of massive change in the lineup for the Knicks. Or you can follow me at @BryanPower_wins. You can follow him at Mark Zinno. A very appropriate Twitter handle there, buddy.
It's a good place to go. It's a good place to be.
Yes. All right. Good place to go is, of course, WT.buzz/MZ, WT.buzz/BP as well for all of our winning picks. We'll be back tomorrow. There are more plays on the docket. Everybody's playing Fridays. If you check out the NBA schedule, everybody plays Friday, no games Saturday, everybody plays Sunday. So and it's a full MLB card tomorrow as well. So until then, let's catch some tickets.